So what really makes a romance novel stick with you? Is it, the danger, the deep feelings, maybe those twists you just don't see coming? Today, we're doing a deep dive into one that seems to hit a lot of those notes. A.L. Jackson's From Here to Eternity. It's the first book in her Moonlit Ridge series.
Exactly. And we've really dug into, well, thousands of reader reviews, descriptions, mostly from places like Amazon and Goodreads. Our goal was to figure out why this book clicks for so many people and, what makes it stand out.
Right. So the mission today, get you up to speed fast. We want to unpack its core appeal, get you familiar with the main players, and really explore that reader experience. Basically help you get why this book is a thing. Okay, let's jump in. So the core idea, the setup. It sounds pretty intense right off the bat. You've got this gritty tattoo artist meeting a woman who's clearly on the run.
Yeah, that contrast is key. Let's talk about River Tate first. He's the male lead. He's definitely not your standard hero. They call him a morally gray hero, which, suggests he operates in shades of gray, not just black and white.
Okay, so he bends the rules sometimes.
Pretty much. For what he sees as the right reasons, usually. He owns a tattoo shop. He's a single dad to his son, Nolan. That's a big part of him. But then there's this layer. He's part of a secret group. Sovereign Sanctum, it's called.
The secret society, what do they do?
Their whole mission is about protecting abused people.
Yeah.
So River himself is described as fiercely protective, definitely has this air of danger about him. It adds intrigue.
Gotcha. And the woman he meets, Charlie Lowe.
Right, Charlie. Reviews often paint her as, well, timid as hell, but gorgeous to the extreme. So there's this vulnerability, but also something captivating.
And she's running from someone.
Yeah, an abusive ex-husband. So she's carrying that trauma. But it's more than that. She's also dealing with really heavy grief and loss. The loss of a son is mentioned, which is just incredibly painful context for her character.
Wow. Okay. So how do these two actually cross paths?
It feels very much like fate. First, Charlie just walks into his tattoo shop.
Mm-hmm.
Needs a tattoo. A significant one, apparently. It seems random, but it connects them. And then later, totally separately, they bump into each other again at a doctor's office. River's son, Nolan, needs help. It's like the universe keeps pushing them together.
And the connection is immediate, that spark.
Oh, yeah. It's described as instant and intense. There's a line in the book that sums it up. With one kiss, I'm addicted. With one night, we're falling into a passion greater than either of us has ever known.
That's fast. Intense.
Very. But the real tension, the core conflict, comes from the secrets they're both keeping. It's not just external threats. River knows she's hiding something. He even says only she's keeping a secret, too.
So you're constantly wondering, will these secrets pull them closer or just blow everything up?
That makes sense. It sounds like it leans into some familiar romance structures, tropes, I guess you'd call them. Absolutely. Romantic suspense often does. And this book uses them effectively. Two big ones jump out from the reviews. First, he falls first. River seems to be all in emotionally very quickly. And second, that classic touch her and die trope.
The super protective hero thing.
Exactly. He gets incredibly protective of Charlie almost instantly. Readers really pointed to lines where he tells her things like, let me find it. Yeah, baby, you are. The second you ran through my door, that's what you became, my responsibility.
Wow, okay.
And he calls her Little Runner, telling her, so thank you, Little Runner, for running to me. And also, let me be your shield, Little Runner. It's very possessive, very protective language.
And what about the single dad part? Nolan, his son, how does he fit in?
Nolan seems to be a huge hit with readers, for the most part. He brings a lot of light and fun into what's otherwise a pretty heavy story.
That's some sweetness.
Definitely. His connection with Charlie is described as super sweet and instant.
Yeah.
Apparently, he makes readers giggle quite a bit.
But you said for the most part, was there some pushback?
A little bit, yeah. It's interesting. Some readers mentioned his dialogue felt off, maybe too mature for a 5-year-old. Phrases like daddy-o were specifically called out by some as, cringy was the word used.
Okay. Dialogue for kids is tricky to get right.
It really is. Highly subjective.
So besides the main romance and the parent-child dynamic, what other relationships stand out?
There's a strong theme of found family that readers respond to. You see it with River and his buddies from the secret society, Otto, Kane, Theo, Cash. They're like his brothers.
His support system.
Exactly. And on Charlie's side, she starts to build this really close, almost sisterly bond with River's actual sister, Raven. So they both find this network of support beyond just each other.
That adds depth. It's not just about the couple in isolation.
Right. And that ties into the emotional core. The story really seems to dig into what it means to live with trauma, how you overcome intense grief, and finding love again after you've lost so much. Many readers found that aspect really fulfilling, intense, and ultimately heartwarming, despite the dark themes.
Okay, so it sounds like it hits a lot of emotional beats. Let's talk about how readers actually rated it. How did it do overall?
Pretty impressively, actually. On Amazon, it's sitting at a 4.4 out of 5 stars, and that's from over 8,400 ratings.
Wow, that's a lot of feedback.
It is. And on Goodreads, it's got a 4.23 average from over 10,000 ratings. So clearly it's connecting with a large audience.
And what are the big highlights people mention in those positive reviews?
A lot of praise for the mix of captivating suspense and romance. People seem to really like the characters well developed with those mysterious backgrounds we talked about. The chemistry between River and Charlie is a huge selling point. Words like wonderful, electric come up again and again.
That spark really lands then.
It seems so. And the plot twist, lots of readers mentioned an amazing twist that completely blindsided them. So it keeps you guessing.
What about the writing style itself?
That gets mentioned too, often positively, described as lyrical, even poetically written.
Yeah.
A.L. Jackson seems to have a distinctive prose style that many appreciate.
Okay, strong numbers, lots of praise for chemistry, characters, twists. But no book pleases everyone, right? What about the critiques or the mixed feelings?
Right, there were definitely nuances. One common point, even from people who liked the book overall, was about the pacing of the suspense. Some felt that big plot twist, while impactful, maybe came too late in the game, like in the final 10 or 20% of the book.
So they wanted the suspense woven in more consistently throughout.
Yeah, less backloaded, perhaps. And the writing style, while praised by many, wasn't everyone's cup of tea. Some found it too wordy or maybe stilted. And the insta-lust, that super-fast connection, some readers prefer a slower burn, a more gradual build-up of the relationship.
That's always subjective, the pacing of romance.
Totally. And then there were those small things, kind of nitpicks for some readers, but they came up like the spelling of Charlie, Charleigh. Some found it a bit unusual.
Oh, interesting.
And the pet names, like Little Runner. While some might find it endearing, others tagged it as, again, potentially cringy. Little things like that can sometimes pull a reader out of the story.
Yeah, pet names are definitely a matter of personal taste in romance.
One other small sort of technical detail that popped up in the source material, apparently when you buy the Kindle version, you're technically buying a content license. Just an odd little note.
Huh. Okay. Good to know. So zooming out a bit, let's touch on the author, A.L. Jackson. She's pretty well established in the genre, right?
Oh, definitely. She's a New York Times and USA Today bestseller, known for exactly this kind of stuff, emotional, sexy, heart-filled stories. This book fits right into her brand.
And what about listening to it? Is there an audiobook?
There is, and it seems to be really well received. The narrators, Andy Arndt and Austin Stone, get a lot of specific praise in the reviews. People said they really brought River, Charlie, and Nolan to life, and that the narration seriously boosted the emotional impact of the story.
Good narration can make such a difference.
Absolutely, especially with emotional or suspenseful material.
And you mentioned this is the start of a series.
Correct. It's book 1 in the Moonlit Ridge series. Apparently there are 5 books planned in total.
So plenty more to dive into if you like this one.
Exactly. And there's another hook for existing fans of her work. This series apparently has crossover characters from her other series, Redemption Hills.
Oh, interesting. So it builds a connected universe. Readers often love that.
Yeah, it adds that extra layer of discovery if you're following her work.
Okay, so wrapping this up, From Here to Eternity really seems to offer this intense blend, doesn't it? Romantic suspense, deeply flawed but compelling characters, secrets, danger. And this whole journey of finding love and maybe a sense of safety when you're surrounded by hidden threats and past trauma.
It really does. And it makes you think, River and Charlie are so defined by the secrets they keep, secrets they hide from each other, and maybe even from themselves. It raises this bigger question, doesn't it? Like, in life, what does it actually mean to be safe? Does telling your deepest truths always set you free? Or sometimes can revealing everything put you or others at even greater risk? Makes you wonder how you navigate that balance of information and trust yourself right.